Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the top 3 reasons why most traders fail. Alright, so reason number 1 to me is risk management. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys some examples on how I used to trade and how I trade now. Okay, as you guys can see, or if you watch my other videos, you're going to see that I always talk about percentages. Okay, I don't talk about numbers because numbers are relative. So depending on the account size that I have or that you have, it can be different. So when I say that I make $1,000 a day or $10,000 a day, you don't know the account size that I have. I can have $10 million in account, or I can have $10 in account and then make, I don't know, $100. So that's going to be a 10x of what I have in the account. Okay, so when I talk about percentages, I feel like percentages are universal. If I make 1%, it's always going to be the 1% of the account size that I have. Okay, so I prefer to talk about percentages rather than numbers, rather than $100 or $200 or $1,000, $2,000. So I used to trade like this. So I never had a stop loss and I never had basically risk management until I learned the risk management concept. So before I enter a trade, I'm going to use this trade right here for an example. What I used to do before is I just entered the trade. So let's just say my same entry. I entered the trade with no stop loss and no take profit. So I was just entering the market, and then if the market went my direction, perfect. If it went against my direction, I had a huge loss. All right. So what I decided to do now is basically before I enter the trade, I calculate how much I can make and how much I can lose. So let's just say for this trade, I had a 7.4 point risk with a 33 point reward. So it's a 1 to 1.4. So if I was risking right here, so let's just say account size of 100,000, that's 10. One more zero, 100,000, and I risk, let's just say, 1% risk. Let's just put 2%. I feel like that's better. 2%. So I was, let's just say, for an account of $100,000, I risked 2%. If I would have lost the trade, I would have lost $2,000 on the trade. Okay, so that is just an average of 2%. Now, if I won the trade, I would have won 4.5 times my risk. So I would have made back close to $9,000 on the trade. Okay, so I'm okay losing $2,000, and I'm more than grateful to be making $9,000 on a trade. All right, that's just an example. What I used to do, what happened before this is, let's just say I entered the market right over here, right? I don't know, there seems like an area of, let's just use this as an example, seems like an area of support, many touches over here. I have a bullish candle forming, so let's just enter the market right over here, okay, with no stop loss. What happens is price just boom shoots down, and I'm down. Let's use same account size with a risk, this is probably 25%, I don't know. Let's use 29. So it's just based on points. So 29 points I lost, and if it's a 1-to-1, I had to make back 29 points as well. So without a stop loss, as an example, I would have lost about 29,000 on a trade, so about 29% with no stop loss. And probably if market went my direction, I would have made about 29% again. But there's just no risk management on a trade like this. All right. Now, what I'm doing now is before I enter the trade, I see if what I'm comfortable losing and what I can make on a trade. So for an example, if I had entered for buys right over here, and let's just say, we're making new higher lows from here. So let's just enter the market and see what we can make, right? So I'll calculate before. So I'll place this tool on TradingView right over here and see my stop loss, right? So my stop loss is 7.8. Let's just say that's my risk. So 7.8% is my risk, and what I can make, probably my take profit will be right above this area over here. Take profit right above here. So if I was risking 7.5% on this trade, that brings me a total to close to $7,500 risk, right? That's close to $8,000 risk on a trade. Okay, so I'm risking 8%, close to 8%. Now I'm making back triple, close to 4 times that, right? So this makes a lot more sense to, one, calculating how much I can lose, how much I can make, seeing if the math works, and then also having stop loss. All right, so that is what I used to do, is not have a stop loss, don't know how much I'm making, don't know how much I'm losing. Now it's completely the opposite. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. Two, the second reason is traders don't have a plan, traders don't have a system that they build over time. Okay, so the first month that I had trading, I started to look at patterns and look at what things I'm doing wrong, what things I'm doing right, and started to develop basically the system that I have now. All right, it took me about 4 years to develop the system that I have now, and as you guys can see on the chart, these are multiple trades that I took. One over here, win. This is a win as well. A win over here, another win, and then 2 more this week. 2 more wins to the books this week. Okay. So this system took me a while, and it's going to be, to me, I can show you on my videos how I do this. I can show you guys my system, but you have to develop your own system. You have to maybe take some time to, think it through, play it back test the trade, your system, and back test the way it works for you, because you can be a swing trader, you can be a scalper, or you can be an intraday trader or a long-term trader, or you enter a trade today, you close like next month. It's going to depend on your style of trading, but you have to develop your system and what works for you. But there's universal laws that I think are inevitable, like risk management, controlling your emotions. All of those things go into your system. Okay, like closing a trade, I don't know, having the right take profit areas, that's all going to depend on how much you can, depend on the control that you have or the system that you create, right? You have to create your own system. I can show you mine, but you have to create yours. So traders that fail don't have systems. They don't have, anything planned out. They just go in, place a bet if the market's going up, market's going down, and then hopefully they hope to make money, right? I don't think that's how you trade. I think you should have a system, and I think you should control everything on your computer, on your phone, in order to take the trade. Okay, so the third reason is emotions. So the third reason why most traders fails is emotions. They don't have, so they're either addicted to clicking buttons, or they're, not smart enough to understand their own emotions and to have the self-awareness that they need in order to trade. All right, so I feel like that's one of the most important things after controlling your risk, is controlling your emotions. Because sometimes you're going to think that the market is at a high point and you're going to want to buy here because market is just going to move higher and create new highs all the time because it's what you think. But the chart is showing you otherwise. All right. So stop believing on everything that you think and start believing on the chart. Like, connect yourself to the chart and you're going to understand how the chart thinks and not you. Okay. Just like right here, I saw I had my system, everything working in place for me. Moving average was okay. The trend was in my favor. Candlestick was in my favor. The only thing of this trade that took me, basically I was a little bit, was a little bit risky, was overnight. So this was a night trade. This was like basically from 4 to 7 p.m. So that's not the time that I trade. All right. I usually trade from 8 to 10 or 11 in the morning, and then at night I'm not trading. I'm already done for the day. I just saw an opportunity, was willing to risk, and then the trade worked out my favor. Okay, so these are the top 3 reasons. I got a little bit confused a couple of times, but I'm working this out. So top 3 reasons why most traders fail is they don't have risk management, they don't play stop loss, they don't control their emotions, and they don't have the right strategy. All right. So if you guys like this video, or if I said something that you guys didn't understand, please comment down below and like the video for more content like this. All right.